morning, and welcome to this week's episode, another edition of Positive Vibes, making positivity and gratitude louder in a podcast world. And I'm coming to you straight from the studio here at VT Radio Universal in Tacoma, Washington. And this morning, I have as my guest my good friend Mike Gordon, owner of Luke Clothing NYC in New York City. Um, and I'm just good morning, Mike. How are you doing?
Good
Can
morning, Shane. I'm good, man. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it, man. Means a lot.
yeah. Looks like a very nice day there.
Yeah, it's really nice outside, man. People in the park, they having photo shoots and it's like people trying to cook and stuff like that, out here.
Yeah.
So, they playing music. It seems like a nice day. I thought it was actually going to be a lot quieter than what it is now. But, it seems like a beautiful day. Everybody's out enjoying the day.
Oh yeah, definitely. Gotta get out and enjoy it while you can. Yeah, definitely. Um, yeah, I was just wondering. Yeah, I happen to be wearing a new T-shirt I got from your company, Mindset Over Everything, and as my viewers and listeners or my viewers have seen before, I sometimes wear the shirt I got from your company that says motivated, and I'm just really pumped up,
Right.
about you and your company and promoting this positivity on your T-shirts. And I was just, I had questions so far as like, how did this come about? What drove you to, do this, promote positivity on clothing?
Well, and thank you for asking that question too. Like, so, me wanting to promote positivity on clothing really came from a struggle of my own life. Things that I went through. Just loss of motivation. I was addicted to alcohol at a younger age, and so much so that I developed a heart issue because of it. And at that time, I was very sick and in the hospital. I really I couldn't do the things that I wanted to do in order to like nurture myself back to life. I couldn't drink the green vegetables I wanted to drink. Eat the green vegetables. Like do the things that I knew that was gonna let me, nurture myself back to life. And they was just had me on all kinds of medicines and said that I couldn't do certain things because it was gonna interact with the medications. You know, so I really had like a really big loss for motivation in life period, because I didn't feel like much hope for the future. I'm young, have a heart condition, and so what I pretty much wanted to do once I did find that motivation was to spread the positivity to others. I was able to, once I got off like blood thinners and stuff like that, they was like, I can switch up my diet and do the things that I want to do. I was able to start exercising again, and I just felt extremely motivated and found my motivation for life again. And then it was pretty much like, you know, I feel like I'm still here for a reason. I'm here for a reason. What's the reason? Why am I still here? I want to be in that. I found my motivation for life, and I know that there's a reason why I'm still here. I don't know what it is, but maybe it's to spread a message. Maybe it's to inspire others. It's to touch a mass amount of people in a positive way. And I didn't know how to do it, but I always noticed that when I walked around, I would always see other people looking at, the shirt that I was wearing. It would be other things, Nike and all the other stuff. But I would always notice that someone would look down and look at the shirt that I was wearing. And so I said, you know what? I want to do motivational phrases on shirts because every time we're outside and we have a shirt on, someone's always looking at what our shirt says.
Yeah,
And not only is the shirts for the individual that's wearing the shirt, but more so for the other individuals who, you know, we don't even know that need that message. You know what I'm saying? You never know what anybody else is going through in their life, and you can walk with that message. So let's say you have mindset over everything on your shirt, and you passing by someone who's like, I just need to, I don't know, I got to get my mind right. You don't know what they're going through in that day, and you walk past them and it says mindset over everything. They're gonna be like, I don't know why I saw that message today, but that I needed that message, right? Mindset over everything. I got this, and get them motivated, and you know what I'm saying. So,
Yeah.
that was what I had in mind when I created the brand.
Right on, right on. And yeah, you definitely
Yeah, and
got
it
this.
seems to be doing really well. A lot of people are, it's a lot of good feedback.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you definitely got this guy here. Because
Sorry.
I got two of your shirts so far, and I'm looking at your others that are on your website there. Um, yeah, and another thing.
Yes.
Yeah, and another question I had was, um, it seems as though I remember you saying something about having a stroke. When was that?
You kind of broke up there for a moment.
Oh, okay, okay. Sorry, I was just wondering. Uh, you would. It seems as though you had said something about having a stroke, and I was just wondering when was that?
So
Okay.
that was in 2011. That was in 2011, and I this is when I developed the heart disease. It was congestive heart failure, and when I went into the hospital, they said that they wanted to do a cardiac catheterization, and so when they did the procedure, they told me, there's a very, very small chance. And they said, like, maybe like there's a 99% chance that this won't happen, but we just have to tell you that it's a possibility just because, you know. But they said, it's a 99% chance that you won't have a stroke from the procedure, but it's, that small percentage chance that it can. It rarely ever, ever, ever happens. And I was nervous about doing the procedure. I said that I actually didn't want to do it, but they convinced me that it was, it rarely happens, and it's actually better to just do the procedure, in odds of, what could, the outcome could be if I don't get it. So I got the procedure done, and the following day, I was supposed to leave the hospital. There was someone in the bed next to me who got the same procedure done, and he left the next day. I didn't leave the next day, and I noticed as I was trying to like, go to the bathroom, like it was hard for me to keep my balance, you know, and then the following day they did allow me to go home, but when I went home, the following morning after that, when I woke up, I couldn't even like to get up and go to the bathroom. I was like holding on to the wall, I couldn't even stand up straight, and everything was like double. I was seeing everything was double. I was seeing two of everything, and you know, they must have knew something was wrong because they called me. They called me back to ask how it was going, and I told them what was happening, and they said, yeah, they wanted me to come back in. They had my same bed waiting for me that I was just in, you know, um, and yeah, they confirmed it was like they found four small strokes in the back of my brain, and yeah, that was a result of that. Long-term effects, I don't have any long-term effects really. When I first started, or when it first happened, I had numbness on the right side of my body. My right leg was weak. If I put my hand in the hot water, really hot water, it would take me a second to actually feel it, a couple of seconds to actually feel it. So I could burn myself and not know that I was burned, you know. So that was pretty dangerous. It's definitely gotten a lot better, and truthfully, I don't know how much better it's actually gotten because I don't know if I've just gotten used to it, you know. So I don't know if it's like in the same amount of numbness or if I've just gotten used to it. You know, it's possible that I've just gotten used to it because every time I go to the doctor and they have to give me a shot, they say, "Which arm do you want it in?" I said, "Give it to me in the right. Give it to me in the right because I can't probably feel it." you know. So yeah, that was the situation with the stroke.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely a lot to go through. It's like there's risk of side effects and risk of you know stuff that may happen. Other medical stuff that may happen with medications and everything that I've been through, and it's like, well, everything that I've been through, between my brain injury and now my MS and all the accidents in between, it's like, oh well, it could happen. Let's, may as well take the chance, take the risk. If it can be better by doing this, let's do it. You know, and if it happens, then we'll just get through that. And it's like I'm super glad and super grateful that you made it through like you have. Um, and just
I really appreciate that, man.
yeah, with your company and just your attitude, and it's like just keep moving forward, like I always say. And of course, like the shirt I got from you, mindset over everything. And
Yes, I agree with that, man. And I appreciate that. It means a lot. Like, for me, uh, mindset over everything. I think that's my favorite shirt. Right now because it really is that. It really is mindset over everything. We have a mutual friend, Heath, right? And you know, Heath has this saying, and he has it in his bio, and it says, uh, change your perspective and change your life. You know, and that right there, that's the realest thing ever. You change your perspective, you change your life, and I took those words very seriously, and I have done that. I changed my perspective with any situation. There's rarely any situation that can get the best of me because I learned how to change my perspective on every single situation. So just for an example of that, just recently, I was diagnosed. I have diabetes. Right, it's not at a bad stage, right now, which I won't let it go any further than this. Being that I'm aware of it, but when they told me this, it's ways that you can react to that. And you know the average person may say, hey, like, oh man, why me? Why me? Why did I have to get diabetes? Why do I have to get something else? I'm trying to do so many right things with my life, and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. Why? And my reaction wasn't why. My reaction was like, I'm gonna thank God for giving me this now, because I I've been trying to lose weight for a long time now, you know and now, being that I have it at this stage, this puts me in a position to have to do the right thing. I'm being forced to do the right thing. I used to, eat good and then eat bad, eat good and then eat bad, and I'm like stuck between these two ways of eating. And I've really been wanting to do good for so long, but now I'm forced in a position where I have to do good, and if I do good, then it'll go away. you know and so, I look at, because of my mindset, you know I'm saying, what, thank you, God, for giving me this, because now you're helping me. You're helping me to do better rather than saying, oh man, diabetes, oh man, I have the heart thing, so it's all about mindset over everything. You have to, any situation that you're dealt, you have to look for the solution in it all. What is the solution? What is the good? Every situation that I have been in, I've actually learned that all of these situations that appeared to be bad to me, that appeared to be a bad thing, they were just really all blessings, but they were disguised as bad things. Because everything that has happened to me that appeared to be bad was the actual thing that I needed in order to get to the next level. So if when I was addicted to alcohol, in the hospital, someone would say to me, hey, this is such a blessing, you don't even know, I would have told them that they were crazy. How is this a blessing? I don't understand. But it was me going through what I went through to know where I never want to go again. you know so being out of that, out of that situation and knowing I never want to go back, I needed to go through that to have the strength that I have now. You know what I'm saying? And it's real important. Like I said, it really is for me, mindset over everything. And when I thought of that phrase, I was like, I have to put that on the shirt. That's a shirt right there.
Definitely, definitely, bro. Um, yeah, it's like, yeah, mindset over everything. I'm totally down with that because, after my brain injury when I was 11, was in a coma for 2.5 months, and I woke up. It was like I was told, I woke up and here's this wheelchair next to my bed, and I'm 11 years old, and they're telling me
Mm.
I may never walk again, and it's mindset. Okay, well, there is a possibility that I'll walk again, so let's do what I need to do to get there. And it's like I was back on my bicycle in no time, and now I have MS, and it's like, oh well, thank you God for giving me MS. Now I'm driven to keep on moving and keep on doing this stuff, and just do everything I can while I can. And
That's super powerful. That's super powerful, man. And I see you ripping and running all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So, I love that. I love that. You know what I'm saying? And especially now that I know more about your story and, possibly never, I didn't know that, it was a chance that you would never walk again. You know what I'm saying? So, that's even, that's so powerful right there. Like you running all over the place. I see the tracks, you know what I'm saying? Like, where you have the view with the track around it and stuff,
yeah,
it shows how far you ran. Like that's so motivating for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not there yet, but that's where I want to be. I want to be there where I can be, just go. You know what I'm saying? Like that's so motivating right there.
right on, right on. Well, thank you. Um, and don't worry about pushing yourself. Just take small steps, and just don't even worry about running hard. Just you know, do whatever you can do. Be, like the number one tip that I've gotten in my running is run comfortably, and you can go a lot further, and it just helps immensely.
Yes, yes, yes. I actually have someone who's I was doing like a little boot camp training last summer, and we was in this park with a really big track, and we went around, my first day, and he was like, all right, you're gonna jog around 2 times, and you're gonna walk around once, and then you're gonna jog around again. And I was like, okay. And we did that, and after my last round, I was like, whew, I feel so good. All right, this was great. And then he was like, all right, now we getting ready to run for real. And he said, all right, now sprint across the track. And I was like, what? I couldn't believe it. I was like, sprint diagonally across the track. Oh man, but it was great though. I love the feeling, like, when you start running like that, you can actually, like, you can just walking. It just is so easy. It's
Yeah.
so easy. Just walking is, oh, you know. So I know you feel good, walking around, and it has to be a good feeling.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, it's like it's like times when I'm tired after work or just didn't sleep well or whatever. It's my insomnia or whatever the reason is. My legs just don't feel like moving very much, and so I'm like, okay, this is a take it easy day, and so I'm just running comfortably, and then every now and again, even on those days, there's I'll break into a sprint for an eighth of a mile or a quarter mile or sometimes a full mile, and then okay, that was enough, and I'll back off and run comfortably again, or maybe even just walk for a little ways and then get back into it. It's like whatever you feel like at the moment, that's what it is. So long as you keep on
Right,
moving.
right, right, right. Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's like this saying my friend Terry told me: a body in motion stays in motion. So as long as you keep
Mm,
moving, you'll keep moving.
mm, I like that.
And another thing, it's for me with my MS and just to hearing all these other things, medical things that are in the family that I may potentially get. It's like I just keep moving to keep my blood flowing, keep my chi going, and to stay healthy. And that's the main thing. Just stay healthy and keep living.
Right. Yes. Yes, absolutely. I'm totally with you on that. And, that's the goal for me. And, just getting the diet under control and, just eating healthy things. My goal is to get, down to vegan level. I
Mm.
want to be vegan, um, and that's part of the goal and just consistency. I just want to build that true consistency of my eating habits and my exercise habits, so that my body actually has a chance to get used to it. That's the most important thing for me right now. I feel like I'm actually doing all that I can business wise to set my children up for success. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing that I need to get on track is my health, because I need to be here in order to produce that for them. you know so I'm with
Yeah,
you on that.
definitely hear that. Um, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, definitely the diet thing. I know you've probably seen in my post, but I started this eating clean thing a few months ago, back in September, with the MS Hope diet, and I've gone, pretty much gone totally vegan a couple times and I've made it a few months, and then I'm like, okay, well, I'm slacking out there running, so I gotta put more, I gotta, throw some meat and protein back in there. And so, I do that, throw a little bit in, and I'm doing excellent on it. But, in here the past week or two, I've, uh, I've been slacking a bit and, throwing a little bit of gluten in there, and throwing, just eating a little tiny bit of dairy and these things that aren't I'm not supposed to be eating according to this dietary plan, but a little bit. It's not going to hurt, and it hasn't hurt so far. So whatever, I'm still moving, and everything's still great. So I'll just get back on track.
Right, absolutely. Yep, it's never too late to get back on track. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah,
As long as are aware and alert of it, you know what I'm saying, and know the changes that need to be made, then, we have the opportunity while we're still here, you know?
yeah, um, yeah, definitely. You know, as long as we're still breathing, still living, there's a chance to keep living.
Yes, yes. Totally agree with that.
Definitely, that's sort of the same as that body in motion stays in motion. It's momentum.
Yes. Yes, got to keep that momentum up. Got to keep the momentum going. With everything. I feel like that's a true saying with everything. Like in business and health and you know, in mindset and love and you know everything, education, as long as it's, it stays in motion, you know what I'm saying? You keep doing it, you'll keep doing it. And not only that, you'll get better at it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
Totally.
just that's why I'm always just trying to constantly keep moving with everything.
Yeah. Um, and I was looking at your, well, you saw I shared some of your pictures of your clothing from your pictures of your clothing and models wearing your clothing that I saw on your Instagram page, Loop Clothing NYC, and I was wondering, is is that are those your kids in the pictures or some of them anyway?
Yes, I have two boys. One is 13 and one is 11 right now. He's gonna be 12. Um, and yeah, so yeah, I have two boys. I think on my Instagram, I only have the older one on there, and that his name is Michael, like me. Yeah, I have him on there. This was when they were living in New York. They actually moved down, to the south now. But you know, the younger one actually, I was his name is Jasir. I was impressed by him because he actually said that he wanted to have a clothing brand like mine's. And I said, really? So what do you, like, what do you want to name it, And he said he wanted to name it Loop Express, you know? And I was like, wow, okay, all right. And he said he wanted it to be for kids, and to tell kids to, like, have messages for kids to stay on the right track, in school and stuff like that. So I was like, that's nice. I like that, and so I'm actually gonna help him out. I'm actually gonna help him out with that, you know.
Right on. That's very cool. That's got to be a great feeling.
Yes, yes, it is. It is. Wonderful kids. Amazing, and I'm very proud of them. Doing very good in school. And so I just want to continue to keep being there. The distance, is a little hard on me. Um, that's one of the challenges, that I have right now is, just having that distance, because I've been with them, since they were born up here in New York, but they just moved to the South. So, it's a challenge because, they're, you know, being up here, they were living in a pretty rough neighborhood, in Brooklyn. And, actually like one of the worst neighborhoods in Brooklyn that there is, you know, uh, where they had to, like, they live like the projects, and they had to, like, the police department have like these big lights on, at nighttime. When it gets night, they have to, like, make the whole projects light up, like it's daytime, so that, there are no crimes committed, you know. And it's like it's really bad, but now, they've moved with their mom to the South. They live in Georgia now, and they live in a nice house. They have, some land, and it's like a lot of space, and it's beautiful out there. So, it's a a weird feeling for me because I'm happy and sad at the same exact time. You know, I would absolutely not want them to stay where they were, you know, but where they are, I'm very, very happy for, but I'm just happy and sad in the same exact moment because I can't see them as I used to see them, you know, but I'm happy for where they are, like, so it's a very weird feeling to be like right in the middle. It's like, how can you be happy and sad at the same exact moment? When I think of my kids, I'm happy and sad at the same exact time, so, you know, but, more happy than anything, because I know, again, what my mindset, all that means is that now I have to work hard. I, I have to work harder. I have to work harder, and I have to pull in this real income now so that I can, really shorten the distance. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
you know, travel out there, have them travel up here, do what we got to do. I mean, it's a little bit, it's definitely hard right now with COVID. So, you know, this gives me some time to like really get on my grind and do what I got to do. But, that's definitely a very big challenge, right now, a lot of pressure as well.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. I. I. Yeah. Definitely. When I was a when I was a kid. Well, my parents, my dad and my biological mom, they got divorced when I was just 2 months old, and uh, had split visitation. Wouldn't see my mom every other weekend for till I was like 5 or 6, I think 5. But and then she ended up moving to San Diego, and I was up here in Enumclaw, Washington, and it's like so far away. Well, actually, no, we moved to Everett at that time. But anyway, it's like I'm way up north, she's way down south, and no way to go see her every other weekend. So I remember going and staying a month or a full summer with her when I was like 7 or 8, and then didn't see her for a few years until she moved back up here. But um, it's actually there was one time she was driving truck and happened to be up here, but I do understand about I do relate to that distance between the kids and the parents, and it's hard to go through, but it's like so long as there remains open communication, in these days with Zoom and FaceTime or whatever, it's like it's a lot better communication than back then.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It definitely shortens the distance. We just recently had for my mom, her 70th birthday, we had like a surprise Zoom party,
all
for
right,
her, so family members from all over, were on the call that she hasn't seen in years and years, so, yeah, so, this really does help out, like the Zooms and, the FaceTimes and all that, so yeah, I'm very appreciative of that, of having this, this technology,
yeah,
while we're here.
yeah, definitely. And I was also going to note that that's got to be such a great feeling to see that I do. That's got to be make you so very happy that your kids are, you can tell that now your kids are safe and secure and not in that project environment.
Oh, yes, 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 yes. Big time. Big time. Because that was a big worry, and their mom is overprotective, as well. So, they weren't allowed to just go outside and hang out and, walk around. They wasn't allowed to go to the park and, they wasn't allowed to do that. So it's like they'd be in the house, driving each other crazy all day, not much space, you know what I'm saying? And so for now for them to just have that space and that freedom to be like go outside in the back. And I brought my son a big basketball hoop, and he put out front, and now he's playing basketball out front, and he couldn't do that before, and that does make me feel very, very good, and one of my goals is, even though I'm not with, my children's mom anymore, you know, um, my main goal is to, financially free her of her burden, because she's taking on a lot, with having them, and, you know, um, dealing with that responsibility, and, having to constantly hustle, hustle, hustle. She, is working like 12-hour shifts, you know what I'm saying? And, I know it's rough on her, I know she can't wait to get a break. So, That's one of my goals is to help free her, of her burdens as well, and so I'm very happy for that. Absolutely, yes.
Right. That's very cool. And just a quick question about location. Um, Now, your company is Loop Clothing NYC, New York City, and I noticed an address of Flushing, New York, and so I was just wondering where are those in location to each other, and is that where your company is actually located? Is in Flushing?
Yeah, so that's where my products are being sent out of. I actually send products out of different locations.
Okay,
And so yeah, we're Loop Clothing NYC, is just in general in New York City area, you know.
okay,
So I send stuff from Flushing location, and then also I have a company that sends stuff from the North Carolina location where they make products that I can't handle, So that's like certain products, like the machines that I don't have up here that would have like complex designs, like the ones that have like multiple colors and different stuff. That would the North Carolina location would handle that, but out in Flushing, I'll handle that one personally.
okay. Well, that's very cool that you have different locations for your business and everything, and with different machinery, different printing presses. That's very
Yeah,
cool.
that one is that one in North Carolina is like a real actual factory, like a real big factory that takes care of a lot of big orders, which I plan to expand and trying to get deals with like colleges up here, in New York, and try to get make shirts for these college students, who are really like pushing through, this pandemic and still grinding and going hard with their, education in spite of, all that's happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like let's get some motivational shirts for these people. Like they're really going hard right now. And I know how it is because I was actually in school when they announced the lockdown. When we was gonna have to switch to remote learning and everything was gonna be shut down. I was actually in class when he came back in and told us. So and then we had to like automatically go from in class to online, which was like a really hard transition because we're all sitting on a Zoom, like, all right, really don't know what we do. We're supposed to be writing a big thesis paper, and it was just like really hard at the time, and we needed some extra type of motivation at that time. You know what I'm saying? To keep going, to keep us motivated, to keep us pushing and grinding. You know what I'm saying? Because it was so discouraging. We were supposed to graduate. Graduation was canceled. You know, um, and so I think that it's really important, to actually give something to college students right now who are actually, really still going hard and still pushing and still fighting and not using, the COVID or anything like that as an excuse to, to give up. You know what I'm saying? So I think that that would be a really good thing for colleges to do right now for their students.
Right on. Yeah, definitely, definitely. I Yeah, it's like when at the beginning, it's like at the beginning of the pandemic, it's like all this hoopla about the world's ending, blah blah blah, and um, everyone's gonna die, and I don't know. I was just getting this impending doom vibe from what I was watching and reading and viewing, and then it's like, okay, well, just we can wear a mask and socially distance. We can stay away and we can do this, and it's like we got the technology. We can do things remotely and stay separate. We'll all get through this, and I just stayed focused on my my positivity, my podcast, my radio show, you know, keep I kept filling my mind with positive things and, being grateful for what I have. And, it's like, I love that, pushing, helping, helping the college kids, college students with motivation and helping them, just keep the mindset over everything, helping them keep the mindset that they can keep going and can push through, and
Yeah.
just focus.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's super important right now. And, they're doing a lot right. They're going to be doing a lot for this country. Period. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like they're going to be the ones driving this country. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I salute them. For even just having that. That drive in them right now to keep going through this. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
There was one group that I did feel bad for. You know, I'm out here in Queens, like right near St. John's University, and I made a lot of friends over there as well, and I felt so bad because I've been like the college is right near where I live, and I've seen them over here for the past 4 years. Speaking to them every day, and and then right before they graduate, they had to go home. Everybody had to go home. And I felt bad for them. You know what I'm saying? I did what I could do for a couple. Send a couple of them some shirts. But you know, just it's all about just moving forward and keeping pushing, and you know, not letting anything you know stop you. You know what I'm saying? So if we get once we get through this whole COVID thing, it's like I said before earlier. Everything that seemed to be be something bad, it's disguised as a blessing, something that we really truly needed. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And I feel like when everyone is able to get through this, those that are able to get through it, this will be the thing that they needed to show strength. You know what I'm saying? And they'll know how strong they really are. So anything that comes past this, that's not of this of this magnitude, it'll be nothing for them to just walk through. You know, it'll be nothing for them to get through. So you know, very important, man. Very important.
yeah. Very important. Keep, just keep moving forward. Keep walking. Keep talking. Keep communicating. Keep pushing. Stay motivated. Keep your mindset moving forward, and yeah, just focused on moving forward. Um, yeah, and so I just love the fact that oriented you're so oriented with community, inspiration, and motivation. And one question I had was, where do you see your company in the future?
So yeah, thank you for asking that too. In the future, I would say in the very short future, because I'm already making the shift right now. Um, I see the company making shirts strictly for now I don't want to say strictly, but a majority for businesses and companies around the world. Organizations, you know, um, nonprofit organizations that have a specific cause that they're fighting for. Just really going after businesses so that we can help get their team to feel like family. You know, um, motivate the people that you're trying to reach. You know what I'm saying? Get your whole organization wearing shirts. With motivational sayings on it and stuff like that. So really just making that shift from selling, how I do on Instagram, with trying to sell, to each individual, um, I'm trying to sell a shirt to each individual, but now with this shift I see is, like I said, selling to the colleges, selling a large amount of shirts in bulk, to big organizations, so that's absolutely, where I see the company headed very soon, and I think that it's something that, you know, I will make happen. It's just a pivot in the business model, but that's exactly where I see the business headed in the near future.
Right on. That's so very cool. Just to make that shift from, like you said, like you were saying, selling to the individual, shifting that to selling bulk, selling one to an individual or a couple to an individual, selling bulk to a company or corporation or, nonprofit company, like you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Um, yeah, I was thinking about, your company and the possibility of that, um, you know, selling a lot more. When when actually I opened my package that I got the day after I got your T-shirt, this T-shirt in the mail, I got my MS Run the US, my new MS Run the US Stop MS T-shirt in the mail. And it's like I got one shirt one day and another shirt the next. But I was thinking about that, it's like they send these shirts out to all the ambassadors and all the runners for MS Run the US every year, and it's like, yeah, and I was reflecting on what you were saying here just a little bit ago about, if you wear a T-shirt or whatever shirt, and that's, whatever message on it is what you're promoting, you know, and it's like, if you have a shirt with the company's name, well, that company's getting promoted. If you have positivity and motivation on it, that's being promoted. Well, I got this shirt saying, MS Run the US logo and Stop MS. That's being promoted. It's like, yeah. What do you?
Absolutely, and that's exactly the type of thing that I'm trying to do. The type of reach that I want to be able to have, and to provide that, to many different uh, people, organizations, businesses that have a really a cause to fight for. And that's really important. That's what I want to do. Exactly what you're saying right there.
Right on, right on. Yeah, it's like um, I see guys, wearing these T-shirts that say, just I don't know, just I can't think of what I saw here recently exactly, but it said something like "F the police," or something like that, and it was totally explicit and everything. It didn't say F; it actually spelled it out, but it's like, you know,
Hmm.
that type of stuff. I've worn a couple different shirts in the past like that, and it's like, when I was younger, like late teens, early 20s, and it's like nowadays I think about that stuff, and it's like, okay, you know, yeah, that shirt may seem cool if I was back there, back then, but it's like now is that really something I want to promote? No, I want to promote positivity and motivation. I want to help other people, not I want to help them rise instead of help keep them down or push them down.
Right, right, right. Absolutely, absolutely. I totally agree with that. Absolutely, 100% agree with that.
Yeah, it's like Gary, I don't know if you follow Gary Vee, but like Gary Vee talks about, leaving your legacy, and is that something you want to leave behind, or?
Yes, absolutely. I was thinking about, that, and when I go, it's like when you think about, there's been a lot of people you know, who've been very impactful in this world, and and when they go, they're not really spoken of, or things like that anymore, and that's all right. I understand, as life goes on and things like that. And so when I go, I may not be spoken about and things like that, but what I would like is for the name of the company to live on, the legacy of the company to live on, and continue to, you know to continue on and have that reach, and continue to push a positive message into this world, because it's something that the world needs. Like, we're surrounded by negativity every day, you know, and that's just it just is what it is in the world. So to have a company that continues to push that, that message. That's where you know, that's the legacy that I would like to leave behind. That is a generation after generation, that this message is being pushed into the world, and that there's you know a company like mine that will continue to you know be there for other companies and other businesses that want to push their message, without spending a million bucks on ads and stuff like that. And they, want to expand their reach, and they want to, show people, how they're feeling, and, you know, express that message. I want to leave that type of legacy behind.
Yeah, well, it sounds like when you were talking earlier about your kids starting a company, starting their own company, Loop Express. It's like, it sounds like that's your legacy right there. Their company.
Yes,
Along with your company, of course. But
yes, yes, yes. And I'm a big believer in, lead by example, because, I've seen in the past, parents, say, do this and do that, and you have to do this and you have to do that, but then the parent will be doing something different from what they're telling the child to do. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, I want to lead by example. This is why I went hard in school, earning straight A's in school and college, getting to get my master's and doing the best that I can do. You know what I'm saying? And that was really just to lead by example, to show them, you know you can do this too. So while my children are doing homework, I'm doing homework with them, you know, and just like with the clothing brand, just let them see me continuously working hard and working hard and working hard. And like you said, I think that this is something that will be my legacy. Just them watching and seeing what it is that I'm doing and what I stand for. And when I'm no longer here, I believe that's something that they will say, you know what, I see what my dad was doing. I see the impact that he's made. I want to continue that and have the same type of impact. So, you're absolutely right.
yeah, right on. That's got to be such a good feeling to have. To have your kids follow, sort of, at least as of this point, seemingly following in your exact footsteps.
Right.
So far as the business and promoting positivity and motivation, and putting your positive mark out in the world, which
Yes.
which I'm totally down with and relate to, because that's what I'm doing. Right here with my radio shows, I'm trying to put positive vibes out in the world. Positivity and gratitude. Be grateful for what you got.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's things like this that I'm totally down for, totally down with. I really don't consume my mind with anything else, that's not positive. It's how I keep a strong mindset, you know what I'm saying? Because I control what I put in my mind, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can go and listen to rap musics that say F the police all day, you know what I'm saying? But that's not, that's maybe when I was younger, it was cool, like you said, but at this time in this day and age, no, no, absolutely not. I know that I control what I put in my mind, and positive energy, positive thoughts, is gonna help me out. You know what I'm saying? I can't say I'm gonna be, I want to be this positive person and put, negative stuff in my mind. It's gonna be an off balance. It won't work out. You know, so just maintaining that positivity, and I appreciate what it is that you're doing as well. Like this is a really dope platform. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely appreciate it, and you having me here as well.
Right on, right on. Yeah, well, it's like, I love the positivity of your company and your attitude and everything. So, I had to have you on my show. Um, I've been actually, I had your name on my initial list of guests for my radio show here when I started at the station here about actually almost a year ago. But um, yeah, it's like it's just time goes on, and um, you know makes just
Hmm.
everything. I got you on the show anyway.
Right. Now, trust me, I know how it is. Trust me, I know how it goes. You know, especially with the things that we do, it gets crazy. You can get drowned in so much and be like, oh my goodness, I forgot. Trust me, I'm going through it right now. I have so many things on my list that I know that I have to do, and I know there are things that just get lost.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right on. Okay. And before I totally forget, I'm what what is your just for all the viewers and listeners out there, what's your contact info if anyone wants to get in contact with you or your company or whatever?
Well, I can be email. You can email me at info at loopclothingnyc.com. That's Loop Clothing, like LOOP clothing, CLOTHING, NYC.com. And you can also message me on Instagram. It's Loop Clothing NYC on Instagram. On Facebook, same thing, Loop Clothing NYC. And yeah, those are my main. And I'm also on LinkedIn as well. Uh, not too active on the other platforms, but I am on them, which is TikTok and Snapchat. I don't really do those. I got to find a couple of younger people to you know get active on those platforms for me because I'm not too familiar with them.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah,
But
that's
yeah, you can go on and look for Loop Clothing NYC.
okay. Yeah, it's
Uh-huh.
like I'm not. I know Gary. I've watched Gary V talk about you need to be you need to promote or you need to make content that's geared toward each of those platforms. And it's like I just make my post on Instagram, and right there you have the option of putting it on the same thing on Facebook and Twitter. So I just click those buttons and bam, once and it's all done. I don't even I as of yet I haven't bothered with figuring out each separate platform and the way it goes. But all right, yeah, definitely, and I'll have to get all that, and I'll have to put your contact info in my post here.
That's what's up. I really appreciate that.
Yeah,
Really do.
definitely. And I want to thank you very, very much for being on the show today. And can we get a selfie real quick?
Of course, of course.
All right, yeah, just right on, right on. All right, there we go.
All right.
Sweet. All right, that'll work. Yeah, just thank you very much for being on the show today and promoting your brand of positivity with Loop Clothing NYC. And I'm just so grateful that we could make this connection and you come on the show today.
Yeah, thank you too. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it, man. It was awesome.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And it's like we'll of course stay in contact, and I'll probably be back to you for some more shirts.
Yes, all right. That's what's up, man. And I would love to have you on my podcast as well, man. It would be dope to have you on too.
All right, that'll be sweet. I didn't know you had a podcast, but I'm
Yeah, I haven't
down.
been I haven't been too active on it, but I plan to start back very soon, and so you're like will be one of my first guests on there.
Right on, right on. Well, thank you very much, and I I'm honored to be thought of like that. And yeah, I just want to tell you and everyone else just thanks for being here, thanks for watching, and listening, and I want y'all to stay kind, optimistic, and grateful, and have a phenomenal day and phenomenal week. And I'll see you next time. And with that, I'm out. Later.
Peace.